I received a decent email newsletter from NAR, and I'm super excited to share it with you. But of course, with my twist, with my experience added to the newsletter. So let's go ahead and get started. You did click on the right video. We are going to go over what to say, how to say it, when to say it. So let's go ahead and get started right now. Your question that the consumer has, depending on where you're at, if someone asks you, when's the best time to buy or when's the best time to sell? So you got to take into account your environment. If you're at the kiddos t-ball game or something like that, you can have a casual conversation with someone who is having that conversation with you, a consumer that's having that conversation with you. Maybe they saw your EXP logo t-shirt or something like that, or maybe they saw ask me how to sell your house visor or something like that, but depending on the environment is going to depend on how you answer. So if it's at the t-ball game, have that conversation with them. That's a really great question. I get that asked all the time. It's kind of subjective. Are you talking about buying or selling an investment property? Are you talking about buying or selling a primary home? Those are big differences. Primary home comes down to needs. Investment property comes down to wants. It comes down to cash flow. It comes down to the condition of the property. Cash flow is not important for a primary residence, but condition of the property is important for a primary residence. Are you willing to buy a house and do a little bit of fixing up? You just ask them these questions slowly and concisely with great eye contact. Unless you're watching the t-ball games, you smile at them and say, oh my gosh, are you talking about primary home or are you talking about an investment home? What type of home are you talking about? Dig deep. Go at least 3 questions deep on their question, and they're going to speak more information. And always follow the 80-20 rule in sales. Let the customer do 80% of the talking while you only do 20% of the talking. So that's how you handle that first question. Does that give you guys some help? Does that give you guys some guidance? Depending on the environment is how you answer it. If you're at a play or something like that and the curtains come up and the play's about to start, just share them your Calendly link. Say, I would love to go over that with you. We could talk about it during the what's the intermission? During the intermission. Or if it's better for you, here's my calendar. Here's my calendar off your Calendly link. Go ahead and schedule a phone call and let's have a deep, meaningful conversation. Okay. Depending on where you're at is how you're going to answer that question. Does that help out some? Thumbs up if that helps out some. Question you get, and this is like reaction when people find out that you're in real estate. Am I right? Like, ooh, what is my home worth? They just want to know. Great question. Here is the link to put in your home's address. My website is going to automatically give you a valuation report. And then tomorrow, I am going to go deep into the comparables and get you a super detailed valuation report. Would it be all right for me to have one of my associates come by and preview the home tomorrow around 4:30, or is Wednesday around noon better for you? Get that associate in there to preview the home if needed. Get them to fill out the address on your website. Send them that link to fill out the address on the website or a QR code. You could have a full folder of QR codes. One's the home seller valuation, one's the market valuation. A QR code folder in your photos file in your phone to just send them that QR code. They scan it, they fill it out. Now, if you're doing the consultation, if you're not somewhere at an event or something, or you're not at a local arts festival or something, of course, you want to go deep and meaningful on that conversation. And you ask the 6 main questions about the house. Well, tell me a little bit more about your house. I'd love to chat with you about this. What's the age of the roof? Have you remodeled the kitchen or remodeled the bathroom or anything like that lately? And just listen. And they'll tell you a bunch about your house. And they'll probably tell you the other information that you need, or at least half of the other information that you need. If you want a list of those full questions, just go on my channel and type in seller initial consultation questions, and the video should pop up that gives you all those questions. Okay, so it really depends on what environment you're in. Every conversation you have is going to be dependent upon the environment. If you're doing the home seller consultation, of course, you're going to answer all those questions. If you're walking around, they see your logo, your XP logo on your shirt, and you just happen to be passing by, give them that link, tell them to fill it out. Later on today, when you get done at the festival, you'd be excited to go over all of that with them. So does that make sense? Does that make sense? Thumbs up, thumbs up. If you're doing family time, you got to finish family time. You got to redirect the scheduled appointment. Okay. Don't take away family time. That's not good for your family. You booked that family appointment. Redirect that question for another time. Reset the appointment. So, next question: how much does it cost to buy a home? That's a great question, guys. Really depends on the loan that you're using, the down payment amount that you want to put down on your home, and then if the sellers are offering any concessions. Right now, in today's market, in the Oklahoma City real estate market, there are no existing home sellers concessions. It's still an existing home sellers market. If you're talking about new construction, yes, new construction builders are offering concessions. Their construction loan interest rate is sky high now compared to what it was 2 years ago. They want to get those homes contracted and get those buyers on the books so that they keep their construction loan interest payments down. The more expensive those loans are, the lower their margins are. So builders are absolutely offering concessions in the Oklahoma City metro area, even in Enid, Tulsa, maybe not Stillwater so much, because Stillwater, it just has a housing shortage out the rear. There's just a housing shortage out the rear. But it really depends on the loan type, guys. And so that's how you answer that question quickly. And then here's my Calendly link. Let's book an appointment. If you're at a family event, if you're somewhere that you can't have a deep, meaningful conversation, always offer that Calendly link to get them to book an appointment to follow up with them the following day around your schedule when it's not booked out. And you link Calendly to your Google Calendar, guys. You link it to your Google Calendar, so they're only picking times that work with your calendar. Pretty cool program. Pretty cool program. Jesse Jackson, of course, showed that to me. Not taking any credit for it at all. And like I said, these questions come from a great email article that I received from NAR yesterday, and I was blown away. I was like, I finally got a good email newsletter from NAR. This is hilarious. So, but if you're having that consultation, if the environment is the booked appointment during the consultation, then you just ask them which loan type you're using, how much do you plan on putting down on your home, fill out the estimated cost sheet, say this is what it would look like for an existing home seller. And remember, the existing home seller market right now, we're having to pay over asking in the Oklahoma City metro area. So if they're looking at a $400,000 house, you probably wouldn't want to look at more than $375,000 houses. So work that estimated cost to buyer sheet accordingly to that $375,000 house, and accordingly to how much they can put down and invest in their new home. Does that make sense? Okay, thumbs up if that makes sense. If you guys don't know who I am, my name is Josh Barnett. I'm a real estate agent, been in the business almost 17 years. I filled out a job application when I graduated college, and it took me almost a whole day to fill out that application. So I stayed in real estate. I got my license while I was in college, and I started selling houses. So I've been doing it an extremely long time. I've done all sorts of things, from open houses, door knocking, cold calling, and of course, content marketing, and I love every bit of it. So if you guys got any questions on how to be a real estate agent, and any questions on which brokerage is best, eXp Realty, give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email. I'd love to chat with you about how eXp Realty could take your real estate business to that next level. Whether you're a team leader, a new agent, a seasoned agent, or a broker owner, you absolutely want to take a deep dive with me on the eXp Realty brokerage model and apply it to your business to ensure that you are at the right brokerage. Even if you own your own brokerage, we need to talk, because I own my own brokerage too, folks. I know what your pain points are, and I want to chat with you about how eXp Realty can alleviate a majority of those pain points. Question number 4 that comes up being a real estate agent while you're out and about is, how long will it take to sell my home? Guys, that's simple. The comparables tell you what that answer is. Oh, I would love to chat with you about that. Tell me a little bit more about your home. Listen to them talk about their home. Man, based on other sales that we've been seeing over the last 90 days, your home has a potential selling in this much time. Read your hot sheets every single day, guys. Read your hot sheets every single day. Be tuned in. Go to the contracts class every Tuesday morning. Kathy and Katie give amazing information out there in the contracts class every Tuesday morning, 8 a.m. I know it's a little early for some of you. It's early for me, but I still try to make it. And I just use our eXp Realty intercom app. I just use the eXp Realty intercom app because half the time I'm heading to a different appointment, but the intercom app, I'm able to see the screen. I'm able to interact with Kathy and everyone else in the room and it is amazing. But it's real simple, guys. The comps don't lie. The comps don't lie. They are what they are. This is the most easiest question to answer in the world. Tell me a little bit more about your home, where it's located at, what upgrades have you done to it in the last 3 to 5 years, and then anything that you love the most about it. Tell me a little bit about it. They'll tell you about it. They'll tell you the location. They'll tell you what they love about it. You'll go into your mental memory bank from your experience as a professional real estate agent, and you'll be able to say, homes like that are selling in this amount of time. Now, if you don't want to give them a this amount of time answer, guys, don't worry. Say, tell me a little bit about your home, make mental notes about it, or pull out your iPad and literally make notes about it. Let them know that you're serious and you're interested to hear about their home. And then say, what's the address? They'll give you the address. Say, I'm going to check this out and I'm going to email you a home valuation report. They'll be like, oh, no, you don't have to go to that much trouble. Be like, that's what I do. It's a free service. I want to get this to you. What's the best email to send it to? And then I'll give you a call and we can chat about it in detail. You guys just added another person to your CRM by wearing your EXP logo shirt, by being at the T-ball game, by being out in public at the movie night for the families. It's all about building relationships. Like Ricky Cruz says, it's about the relationships and it's about putting people in your contact database, your CRM, which of course we get free at eXp Realty, guys. If you haven't heard about KV Core, reach out to me. Watch the playlist about KV Core and how mind-blowing and awesome it is and how it's free for you as an agent here at eXp Realty. Question number 5 that some customers ask sometimes, is there room for negotiation? If it's a new home construction, we could ask for upgrades. We can ask for closing costs. The builders want to keep the price of their neighborhood where they're at. If it's an existing home, and guys, you saw how many people were there at that home viewing, and you know that we've been looking at $375,000 homes and not $400,000 homes because it's still an existing home seller market. Guys, I'm sorry. I don't see any room for negotiation in this deal. If this home isn't the right one for you, and if you don't feel like writing a winning offer, let's keep looking, guys. I would hate for you to contract a home that isn't jumping out at you, tugging at your heartstrings. Okay. If it's the right home, if it's tugging at your heartstrings, which I thought we had discussed, it was the perfect home for you. If we're not willing to write an offer that's $15,000, $20,000, $25,000 over asking, then maybe I was wrong. Maybe it's not the right home and we need to keep looking. I want to help you win the house. I don't want you to write an offer that doesn't win the house. Tell me, guys, is this really the right home for you, or do we need to keep looking? And then just be quiet and let them answer. Be quiet and let them answer. Okay. You got to set them straight. You got to be the professional. You have to be the professional. You don't want to go write 14 losing offers. That's not being a professional. That's not servicing your customer. Okay. You want to write winning offers and get them to the next step, the dating of the home, the inspections. Shout out to Will Grimes and Eli on that one. Will Grimes and Eli on that one. I'm very sorry. I don't remember Eli's name right now. Crazy question. Why would anyone ask this? Should I get a home inspection? Why should someone ask that? Unless they're in the construction industry, unless they know how to do electrical, plumbing, heat and air, they know how to do all that. Yes, get a home inspection. If they don't get a home inspection, we literally have a waiver of liability that they have to sign to remove liability from us as real estate brokerage, eXp Realty. Okay? Get that waiver signed if they don't want to do a home inspection. Guys, they're getting ready to spend, $350,000, $450,000, $1 million, maybe $2 million. Get a home inspection. If the home inspector says you need a roof inspection, a mechanical inspection, an electrical inspection, get those inspections. This is a giant, giant purchase. Okay, guys? Huge. We're rehabbing a home right now, and I'm already 15 in it. And I'm doing a very, very small rehab on it. Very small. It's expensive. It's expensive to do work nowadays. Should I get a home inspection? Yes. Yes. And if you don't want to get a home inspection, I need you to sign this waiver that says that I told you to get a home, that I recommended you get a home inspection, but you chose not to. It's entirely up to you, Mr. and Mrs. Seller. I have to recommend yes. My E&O insurance recommends that I recommend yes. eXp Realty recommends that I recommend yes. But if you don't want to, I need this waiver signed saying that I recommended it and you decline to have one. It's entirely up to you. It's a $400 to $500. Someone walks through and tells you most everything that they can find that you need to be aware of with your home. It's up to you, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, or Mr. and Mrs. Buyer, Mr. and Mrs. Buyer. But yes, you should. All right, guys. If that was not like the best article you've ever received from NAR, I just answered it with my answers. I didn't read the article. I just took the talking points because I thought it was amazing and I wanted to share it with all of you. Then give this video a thumbs down if you don't think this was the best article that you've ever received from NAR. But if you enjoyed today's video, definitely give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. I'm constantly putting out content to try to help real estate agents not get out of business. I'm trying to constantly help real estate agents be successful because a rising tide raises all ships. And guys, if you are the big fish in your pond at your current brokerage, if you're a broker owner who's tired of dealing with overhead costs, dealing with following up on contracts, dealing with all of that stuff, guys, reach out to me. Let's take a deep dive on how eXp Realty is the brokerage of the future, how eXp Realty has had explosive growth, how Glenn Sanford designed the company to provide agents, team leaders, and broker owners 3 different sources of income, not just commission sales till you die. Glenn Sanford, if you take advantage of it, put together a system where you could literally possibly retire if you take advantage of it as a real estate agent. And that is completely dependent on how much work you put into that system. Call me. Let's chat about it. All my other videos, all my other tips and tricks are in the playlist on the channel below. I hope you enjoy those too. And guys, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video.